I gotta figure out how to switch it over. Alright, gonna have to build eyes and ears on this one. And we're back, guys. We're gonna try it again. Can you guys hear us any better? I mean, see us? Everything's good.
What's up, guys?
Right. Says better.
Let me hurry up and shut this off. All right, guys, let's get it cracking. But main reason why we came on here is to let everybody know that this is back up. The Deb posted that whole video back up. It's called what did she name this? I'm headed out. No.
What, on Debs?
Yeah.
It's Bigfoot Talks to Me.
Oh, she renamed it Bigfoot Talks to Me. She put it back up. So if you want to hear the entirety what happened and what unfolded, you can go back to that for some reason. Oh, Higher Truth tricked her in reposting it. I was getting to that. Higher Seven Truth. He asked her, why did you delete your best videos? They were about to go viral. And she said, all we want is money. What did it say? Shout out to Mike, Money Mike.
June, are you watching it?
And she claimed that she was reassuring a young girl because I was reassuring a young girl that I'll kill them if they tried to make her go out again, and that I would stay with her. She wasn't reassuring Chrissy of anything. Chrissy didn't hear anything that she was saying.
Paul said, "What's up?"
What's going on, Posy? You're crazy. Posy's crazy. But welcome back to the next live. If you didn't hear us on the last live earlier that we tried to go out, but we just got rained out, so we're all huddled up here until morning. Then it's supposed to be in the 80s and no rain, so we're going to hit the mountain and do our thing up there starting tomorrow. So everything all the videos probably be coming up a day late. Colorado Bigfoot would like to do a night investigation. Please consider it. I've been trying to get Mark out here forever.
We can hear you fine, just the video is blurry.
Yeah, I can see it's blurry a little bit. I don't know what's going on with it. Turn that light on behind you, Chrissy. Oh, it might be this. My fault, guys. How's that? Is that better? Where's that crazy Deb? That's what I was talking about. Pause. She put that video back up. She posted it. She named it something different. She named it Bigfoot was talking to me, and she how that unfolded. Colorado Bigfoot investigation. I know who he is. I talk to Mark all the time, and we was actually me, Rio, and our team, Rio, Colorado Bigfoot. We was all going to meet up down Colorado and do one big collab down there.
Michael Wright said I'd go with the crew for sure,
but it never happened. And Mike, hey, we're still waiting. We've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you since last year. You said you was coming out. So whenever you're ready, hey, let's get it. Just leave the fairies at home.
Kelly said choosing conference for the other person.
But as I was saying about Debs, True 7 tricked her and putting it back up talking about that was one of the videos that was going to go viral, and to put it back up. So she went ahead and named it something else and put it back up. So if you guys want to go check that out on Deb's video, what she said about reach out and grabbing Chrissy by the head, and she said, "What are they going to do? Oh, I'm just going to kill him." And then what I gathered out of yesterday's live feed, what I gathered,
James.
yeah, he was going James, but what I gathered out of yesterday's live feed, she said she's a witch, and that I was a witch hunter. So I assumed that she was coming to take me out. I tried to assure that I'm not a witch hunter by any means whatsoever. But I just only saying 56%. It shouldn't say low battery, but I don't know. It is what it is. We learned to talk to these people before we take anybody out. Love your videos. I mean, our team, we don't try, we try to do a little bit of everything different from what everybody else is doing. Like Colorado Bigfoot, he got his own thing with going looking at different structures and how they're made, how they was constructed. We're our team more or less on finding the leans, the axes, following them, and seeing where they take us to. And we've been getting lucky every time. We either run into the shelters, the water, them leans and exits. They always lead you somewhere or to something. You'll get lucky every time. Didn't you watch the videos before she came down?
Yeah.
Be honest with you, no. I mean, I seen her channel. We went over and looked at her channel and seen she had 1,500, 100 and some subscribers, and she was getting 156,000 view videos. So I just took it from there. Hey, come on over and collab. What is it?
Blue asked if we ever been in Washington hunting
No,
Sasquatch hunting. They said there's a good Sasquatch hunt out there.
no, we never been. The best guys, the place that I found the craziest place that we've ever been is Sasquatch State Forest. His ex-girlfriend, Fred's ex-girlfriend, has a cabin out there. In between, it sets back in between the lines of Susquehanna State Forest and privately, and it's so far deep into the forest that the deer they don't never see humans. They walked right up to me. I have pictures me holding my hand out to a little fawn and it walking up. I could have grabbed it. The deer, every animal was just like right there. They didn't care that you was even there. She don't seem to listen to you. Yeah, she pretty that last week. She pretty much messed up that whole night because she more or less had us looking at rocks instead of looking for Bigfoot, and you know how that turns out. Hey, we back on. I want to know, does Chrissy believe in? Oh, okay, Simon. We're gonna get back to that. Okay, before last Saturday, Chrissy, did you say you ain't believe in Bigfoot, but we had a sighting. There's no doubt about it. That she believed. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that for her, guys. We all had a sighting, and Deb would have had a sighting too if she wasn't 100 feet back talking to a tree stump. She she was back there talking to a tree stump, and we was walking across the rock face, and the thing jumped up on the other side of the rock face and ran across the whole thing, and we're all looking at it, and we turn around, and she says, "Was it a deer?" It's like, lady, did you see this big white thing run across there? And you're gonna tell me it's a deer?
Deb's sighting those little pink elephants.
It was all bad, but we did have a sighting. That was my first sighting of a big white one. I never seen a white one.
You got to see his arm.
Mike, did you slip her a doobie?
Arms?
Who, Chrissy? No, I'd break both of their necks.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, okay, I just started watching. Yeah, I would break both of the necks
Wait,
on
what
that
is it?
one. Okay, if you believe, then you definitely part of the crew. She believes she seen it last
You gotta be
Saturday.
braver than
That
Mike.
big white
Wait,
one.
what?
Just said she got to be braver than you.
No, she's not. She about the same. If you noticed last week, she said she found a spot right in front of the tent on the ground, and she sat there the whole entire night. The only time we could get her to move is if we just started walking off into the weeds, and then she wasn't staying by herself, so she jumped up and followed us. Deb had proof 100. Yeah, she had proof of
100 proof.
100 proof of vodka. I knew it was all bad when she it was still daylight. We just set up the tent and she was bringing her stuff into the tent, and she fell in getting into the tent. She fell flat on her face getting in. She put her
That's
stuff
funny.
into the tent. She turned around, come back out, and fell out of the tent. I knew it was going to be a bad night. I knew something was wrong with her. She kept saying, "My knees are blowed out. I'm a professional faller. I'll be all right." All right, I overlooked it because she's old. She's old. I figured that her knees was bad. We started walking, and every 20 feet she was falling down. And now sending Mike back or Fred back. Hey, could you pick her up? Could
I
you go
stopped
help
helping her,
her?
I ain't gonna lie.
Even Mike would give me a look like, if you tell me to pick her up one more time, it was getting all bad. But guys, if you can't walk in the woods, don't even try bother coming out because it's a forest out there. It's not just your average
It's
walk
all
through the
wet.
woods or walk out a trail. Dude, you blazed. I wish I was. Probably after this live though, I get to kick the kids out.
But
Me and Fred probably, but other than that, now we're good for right now. We're good for right now. We're just here BSing, passing the night, explaining to you what's going to happen tomorrow, pretty much.
It'll be crazy.
right. We're sending Mike up
But
in the third
yeah, Mike,
drop.
I see you on there, and hey, man, you're more than welcome. Come on down, and we've been waiting on you since last summer. You've been talking
Some
about
more dope
coming.
shit fast.
The Deb seems to what? Did you catch that?
Them seem to see Sasquatch everywhere. I was thinking she's on the jungle juice
She
because I couldn't
was.
see what she saw.
She was. I caught her though.
Salmon.
She went into the tent, and I bought everybody a half a gallon of tea. I was telling everybody. I started to tell everybody yesterday. I bought everybody half a gallon of tea, and we was keeping it on ice. When she got there, she took the half gallon of tea and started dumping half of it out. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? I'll drink that shit. But then she took the jug into the tent and pulled out her half, or it was either, I'm pretty sure it was a whole gallon of vodka. She started pouring it into the tea, and she filled it the rest of the way up.
James said he sent you pictures. In the one part you and Fred was walking, there was a huge gray white Bigfoot there.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that
That's probably
picture.
when we seen
It was
take off.
poking his head up. It was the same white one. And he stayed there. He stayed in the area the whole night. That whole night we was there. Actually, after we had the sighting, he ran off. He jumped 20 feet over to another rock face and then took off. And then you could hear him. We got that on film, actually.
Yeah.
We didn't get him on film, but we got him. He hollered. Oh, like he got hurt, like he stumped his toe, or like a human would stump her toe. He hollered at us. And then, like a minute later, rocks was starting to get thrown at us. Which video is it on? It's on my channel. Into the Woods with Deb. The sighting happened on part one. It was Into the Woods with Deb, the part one. It was at the end of that video. We was walking, we started looking at this log wedged up in the tree. It was hanging up in the air, and we was facing it. And over on the other rock face, it jumped up and ran across. And then you could hear it holler. So it was the first one of Into the Woods with Deb. He was something. I didn't catch that. Did you catch that?
What?
He said he was something.
Which one?
We got away from Dead Palsy. She's
he stubbed his toe.
what I gathered from her from yesterday, and I'm sure you gathered the same thing. She said that I'm a witch hunter, and she was sent to kill me by somebody named Chrissy, some invisible person named Christine. I thought she was talking about that car, Christine, in the movie that kills people, but she wouldn't answer me. She wouldn't give me a straight answer. What the hell she? But I gathered that she thinks that I'm a witch hunter and she's a witch and she was coming to take me out, so I wouldn't take her out. So she drove all the way 4.5 hours from Philadelphia to almost Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for to take me out because I'm a witch hunter. I don't hunt witches. I try to hunt Bigfoot. So Deb, hey man, I don't hunt witches, man. You're safe with me. You're safe with me, and I don't know about the rest of my crew. I don't know what they're liable to do to you, but I don't hunt no witches. It was scary, and I'm not gonna lie. Me and Fred took a few walks. I left my kids there, huh? Moose, big Moose, good to see you. But I left my kids there at the tent with her while me and Fred took off and went walking into the forest. She seemed like a half decent person. I mean, outside the fairy tale realm. I mean, I didn't think she would do something, try to kill my kids. I mean, I'm sure Mike would have handled herself. She wasn't that big of a person. Remember the Bigfoot you saw in the cave? I was telling Mike, yeah, I remember it. But I was telling Mike, I was kind of joking, but at the same time, I was kind of serious. Instead of going tomorrow and checking out that third layer, I was thinking about taking everybody back to that cave and seeing what's going on, any changes.
I ain't doing no overnight challenge there.
Mike's scared, but I already got him here, so he can't run. He can't go nowhere.
You're on your own, Mike.
There's 31 of you guys here. You guys, you tell me. I'll leave it up to you guys.
No.
Do you want us to go
Say no.
to Bigfoot World?
Bigfoot World.
Or do you want us to go back and spend the night in that cave tomorrow?
No.
That's not a dude, that's Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah, and the bats.
No, he's talking about me.
Oh, yeah, Bigfoot behind me. Bigfoot with clothes.
Watch over the bats.
I leave Mike at home.
Yeah, leave Mike at home.
Oh, you want to go to the third layer? I guarantee that they're there on the third layer, but there's two caves, one third layer. Wish you could work right with Mike vision. I would, hey.
Yeah.
I wish I had night vision too. One of these days, we're going to get it.
It's a nice. Farrah's only discovered.
Hey, thumbs down for going. Deb's not coming back with us no
Thumbs
more.
up for going.
Deb is not coming back.
Better quit that Woodburger.
Yeah, Woodburger's back.
That's what you did.
Man,
Thumbs up for going back with Deb.
I'm gonna send her over your house. You got a big backyard with a lot of Bigfoot, and they would love to talk to them fairies out there. Just throw her camp out there, a little tent. Give her a bottle. Hey, she's perfect for you. Woodburger. Cave, but not inside. Let them come to you. Go get that.
Look, he's attacking the cat. The cat punched her up. Yeah. I told you that cat likes to beat her up. Yeah, they're fist fighting.
One of guys having technical difficulties.
Cat dog fight. Let's see who wins though. I'm gonna ask him.
Is that Deb? It sounds like Deb's back.
The cat and the dog. It gets real in here, man.
It says that Deb.
I just had my cat beating up my dog. Can you believe that?
Deb lives.
Deb, hey man, Deb, if you casted some spells on us, hey, I'm not a witch hunter. Take that shit off. My cat has grown up with my dog. And did you just hear that shit?
She is pretty
For no reason. Cook. You all right?
Doesn't know that
All right, guys.
Chihuahua on a cat.
Guys, you get to meet my dog. This is my cookie. But so, have we decided on the cave or Bigfoot land, the third
Bigfoot
layer?
land. Man, say Bigfoot land.
What's your next trick?
What do you say?
Morning, Mike. Don't have much to say when Chris is around.
I know Mike's scared. Mike's scared he's gonna say something wrong.
Yeah, Deb in the cave. No.
Yeah, right.
Everybody's saying third level, third level, third level.
Yeah, third level.
Better and
Hold
better.
up,
I
guys.
saw that.
So we're going to the third level, it looks like.
God, y'all aren't Bigfoot land.
I'll tell you what. I'll make you guys a deal.
No deal.
Mike's being too cool.
He's trying to be cool because the girlfriend's behind him. But if we get him in that cave, it don't matter who's around him. Watch how he gets. And the first thing on the way in there, we do this for y'all. We get in there, Dad, Fred, Dad, let's go home. Let's go. He's the first one to bail out.
Go to sleep.
But
Go to
he's
sleep,
talking
go to
about we
sleep.
do this for y'all.
We do it for y'all. That's how I come.
That's what this is all about. Watching Mike grow up. That's why I do this. That's why I make these videos. 20 years from now, we can go back and laugh at him. I still go back and laugh at him now.
It was
So
time to go. And never goes to sleep. No,
Never.
Mike refuses to go to sleep.
all the nighttime visits we ever had out there, Mike never went to sleep. Not once.
I can stay up all night and
I take that back. He did pass out one time.
Yeah, because
On that rock when I had that air horn and he didn't budge. So there was one time he did go to sleep.
yeah, but that's when I seen the sun came up. I was like,
Thanks.
Julia LeBlanc said Mike never gave me a shout out.
Oh, Julie. Julie still wait for that shout out, Mike. Wait till his girlfriend walks out, Julie. Why you turn red, Mike?
She said I'm over at LOL. I'll wait.
She said she'll wait, Mike.
Amy's
Yeah,
son
but I
was so
shut up,
awesome
Mike.
that I wish my
Come
kids
on,
were that
Mike.
lucky.
Well,
I gave her a shout out.
Amy
That
Stone
everybody
was so
knew her
awesome
name.
that I wish my kids were that lucky.
thanks, Amy. That means a lot, but so I take it we're going to the third layer in Bigfoot
Third layer.
world.
I ain't dying.
You ever set Mike up there?
Set him up there first. Guys,
You
I'm
gotta
telling
check
you.
out first.
The way this third layer, the way up on this rock face, this third layer, there's only one way for us to get up here, and it's going up in between these two rocks.
Pam Peter said tell Chris and Julie is 60 years old.
Is
Wait, what?
Julie 60 years old?
That's what
Yeah.
Pam Peter said tell Chris and Julie is 60 years old.
And she said, I am. That's okay. Mike likes him older.
Yeah.
You might be able to teach him something.
Teach some manners.
She said, I'm barely 26. He said, Jax. Oh, Jackie. Good to see you here. Thanks for watching.
Good shit.
But like I was saying, that
Oh,
third
yeah,
layer,
okay,
there's
awesome.
only one way up in between them two rocks, and you have to poke your head up to get up in there to see what's going on. And they got the upper hand on you. Now, Scott, he took all them videos and went frame by frame, and most of every picture that he's found was coming
Amy
from
said we were so lucky you
up
guys.
on top.
Jeff is a handsome dude.
Who?
Amy.
Amy's a flirt. Thanks, Amy. But keep getting
Is
sidetracked.
I'm like a teenager.
Yeah, Mike's trying to be a teenager.
Man, I am a teenager. What you
He's
mean?
more of an asshole than a teenager, though.
Pam said Mike definitely needs to go up first.
You guys are crazier than we are. But I don't know if you guys noticed, there was a lot of eye shine coming from up above us. That's the third layer when we was walking in between the rocks. We're gonna get up in there. Fred wants to get up in there and set up our tent up on the third layer, just make ourselves at home. That's not gonna work. We're just
going that way from come home.
We're just gonna walk up in there and film it. Whatever happens. I'm gonna keep Mike down on the first and second layer, down on bottom, so they got a better chance to run away. Your son's 21 and what?
Should be so lucky. Mike go anywhere and everywhere with your daddy.
He used to, like I said, Mike used to go everywhere with me. We had a tight knitted relationship until, like I said, he got that little tiny hair right there on the left side of his chin, and Mike disappeared on me.
June said throw a road flare up on the third level.
No, I don't want to do nothing to intimidate him. I don't want to throw nothing at him. I want to just go up and try to talk my way up there, talk to him and go.
Yeah, I plan on filming tomorrow.
Yeah. Mike's not gonna be on the camera. It's just gonna be me and Ferret. Yeah, right. I know how Mike is on the camera. He might be on there for a couple minutes.
Pam said we all need to pledge $1 every time Mike says let's go home now.
I'd be rich already. I'd be rich for every time he said that in one night. Dad or Fred. Take some apples. We already got them packed. We got some apples for him packed. I'm gonna stop on the way, get some Huggies, some more batteries. We'll be pretty.
Cindy said, "Do you think they're dangerous or just scared too?"
I wish I had the money for a flare, Pam. Dangerous?
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. They can be dangerous. We've been going into this group for like 3.5, 4 years. We've been going in there, and in the beginning, when we first go in, we'd hear them like knock and then crash away, run away from us. For like the first year and a half, they would just like scatter from us when we go in, and we would hear them. You can hear them running pretty fast.
Mike said, "Where's Uncle Joe?" I'm like, "All right." He said, "I ain't seen him since you made him a believer."
Uncle Joe. Did Moose just donate $100?
Moose just donated $100.
Moose. Moose.
It just popped up on the screen.
Hey, Moose, I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
You made my mind go blank, but that meant a lot. I appreciate that. But what was I saying, Moose? What was I saying?
Oh, you said about Joe. Michael Red said Joe ain't been out.
Oh, Joe ain't been out. I only use Joe. He
ain't seen him since you made him a believer.
Yeah.
LOL.
Here, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, he's definitely a believer, but I only get him out there on like super dangerous missions, like the cave. When we go in the cave, Mike's right there, or Joe's right there, or like when we're doing stuff that we know we shouldn't be doing, and stuff could happen. That's when you'll see Joe there. If it's just a regular old mission going out into the forest and just setting out waiting on him to come, then you're just gonna see us. Moves that man a lot, man. Jeff Friend Fleur Scout 2 is what I have and good when. Hey, the Fleur is on our list. Believe me, we have a list of the things we want and the things that we need, and that's up there. That's up there. That's definitely up there.
So it's on the 4th floor. We don't know it's on the 4th floor.
There's no 4th floor. There's only 3 levels of this rock face, and it's in the middle of. There's 3 columns, 3 high columns of rock faces, and the middle one, the middle column, it has 3 different layers. There's one you gotta climb up on, and then there's a crevice on the second layer that you can walk the whole length of the rock face. And then the 3rd layer, it only covers maybe half of that whole length of that rock face. And it's covered with mountain laurel, and up inside it's all hollowed out and structured in. and it's like one gigantic nest up inside that third layer. And every time I walk past it, I would look up. I know what's up there. I can see what it is, but my mind would talk my there's nothing up there, and I would just walk past it, or I would talk myself out of it. If I put my head up there, anything can happen. So I just kind of trick myself into not going up there. But now my main focus is that third layer. I'm going in there with it on my mind of I got to get up to that third layer,
You want me killed?
no matter what. But I'm not going to camp up on that third layer. We're doing overnighter right in front of it, maybe like 20 feet out away from it. Get 2 FLIRs is a great tool. Brown dwarf, that's on our list. Even to get 1 FLIR, to see, even just to get 1 FLIR out there, it would make things a lot easier because you can find the heat signature and then just focus on that with the camera and see what they're going to do from there. But with the bills on top of all the hobby equipment, it's like
watching only 11 thumbs up. What we should have loved. Yeah, it was a thumbs up, guys.
yeah, hit that like button. But
Don't forget about that subscribe button.
so you guys made up our mind. We're going to the third layer, and that's pretty much where I wanted to go anyways, because we're going to check that out. We're going back to the Bigfoot land.
Alice Killing said, so y'all trying to find Bigfoot, you really think it's out there?
You think that it's not out there? All right. I'm gonna say this real quick, and my uncle, I got many arguments with him because he was a non-believer, and I'm gonna say like this: the people that don't believe in Bigfoot is the people that don't go to the woods. It's simple. If you go to the woods, just walk through the woods, not on some kind of guided trail. Leave that guided trail. Go into the woods and look around and see the signs around you. See the structures. See the bends, the breaks, the things that you can't explain. And you tell me that Bigfoot's not real. Heck, you might even mess around, get a sighting. We did. We just had a white one last Saturday. I've had many sightings. Me and Fred ourselves together, we had a few sightings
I seen babies.
in our journey of what we're doing. That's why we're doing what we're doing, because we had sightings. And now we want to prove to everybody else that they're pretty much there and have fun along the way. I mean, this is pretty much the best thing you could do is be out in the woods and enjoy yourself, and whatever happens, happens. But what's it say? Wish we had them here in the UK. I wouldn't doubt that you don't. I mean, anywhere there's mountains, they as a kid growing up, I always heard about the rock giants. And I pictured in my head that there was giants in the mountains made of rock. But now that I'm older, they're just creatures that live in the rock. Yeah, there's dogman here. There's one in the cave. We got a nice, clear, solid picture of him inside that cave. I think Kyle Jackson found that picture. They're here. I didn't believe in dogman either. Which is weird. I believed in Bigfoot, but didn't believe in dogman. But last year in the cave, or this year actually, in the beginning of this year, there was one in there. He was standing. Actually, he was, when we came out of our camp, where we was camping at in the cave, we was walking out in a line to head out. We was going up above ground to get air, and it ducked down real low. It let us pass. As soon as we passed it, all three of us passed it. It just like bluffed it. I didn't hear it. I mean, I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. But on camera, you can hear it run up behind me and just stop. And it didn't do nothing. It didn't grab us. It didn't growl. It just like ran up to us and then stopped right behind us, right in the dark. It's kind of, that cave is freaking, I'd rather not do it.
Pam said, once you see one, how can you say you don't believe in other cryptids, UFOs, fairies, or ghosts?
Exactly. That I'm kind of a hypocrite for even saying that
Well, we believe what we've seen.
It's more believe. I gotta see it to believe it. More or less. It's like all the ones I've ever seen was like brown, dark, almost black, or red. And then I seen that white one last Saturday. That blew my mind. I never thought that there a solid white one. It was like shiny white. It wasn't a gray white. It was a white.
Yeah, you just seen his arm just go past.
I pretty much made the shoulder as it was going like a blur across.
It was weird. I just turned to a blur.
Yeah, it did. It blew my mind to see that.
It was just crazy.
It's almost a cat protection.
I'm not. That cat's crazy. It never ever attacked my dog like that. That's
never.
Just weird shit like that been going on here. Listen, since that cave, I'm not going to lie to you. There's been a lot of weird stuff. There's been like stuff that I can't explain. I have 2 cupboard doors in my living room. They open up on their own.
Yeah.
Mike witnessed that. I've witnessed that. A few of us witnessed that. I have an ashtray setting up in the back of my desk, and I was sitting here talking about that cave on a video. I was sitting here talking about the cave, and that ashtray jumped from up there. It landed down on this layer, and then jumped down onto the floor right beside me, right in front of my face. So there is something here. Something followed us from that cave, and it really, I can't say it let up a little bit. The little things are still happening, but it's not as bad as it was. Things are getting better, so I can say it like that. Florida is cryptid USA. You got that right. They're different down that way. I seen a lot of videos with them. They seem to be total different type down that way. More human, more. Maybe it's because of the swamp and they're always in the water and the hair. Maybe that has something to do with their looks down that way. I'm not no professional on Bigfoot. I'm never claimed to be on
Did you
that
ever
one.
smell him?
Going to pick up a ghost on my channel. Check them out, guys. I've been getting a lot of comments. We do have another channel. It's kind of sitting over on idle. It's called Jeff's Real World. People been wanting us to start going to haunted places and checking out the haunted attractions. We do have a lot of historical places. We have Gettysburg. It's one of the #1 places in the United States, haunted places. We have that right up the street. We have so many different haunted historical sites here that we could film that's pretty much in walking distance that we just don't, because I'm not going to lie, I'm scared to death of ghosts. If you ain't noticed in that cave, when they started talking to us, me and Fred was out of there that first night. I instead of spending the night in that cave, I'd rather walk 15 miles home, and that's what we end up doing.
The caves, do I ever wonder what the hell am I doing here? Got that balls of steel crawling to those places. Let's go in.
We don't think about it really. To be honest with you, we just do it.
Yeah.
We have a plan before we get there, and we just do it. And I've been thinking about that cave a lot, but I've been thinking about the things the paranormal shit that happens there, and I don't want to really disturb that aspect. But at the same time, that was some of the best activity we ever had coming out of that cave. The first time we checked that out, they tried so hard for us not to find that top hole. As we was walking back to that entrance up on top, that was my first time I got hit with rocks. Fred got hit with rocks. I mean, we seen one on top of us. They tried so hard not to scare us off, and we just kept pushing back, and we found that entrance, and it just started from there.
NPR says Deb's Bigfoot talking video has comments taken down.
Yeah, she ain't gonna let nobody comment on them. Deb's. I'm not even gonna comment on Deb. I learned my lesson, guys, and I apologize for the BS that I put you into last week. because me and my team had to go through a lot of BS to even tolerate her out there with her drunk self. So I apologize to you. I apologize to my team, and I won't make that mistake again. Believe that. And you mean juveniles in the area that we're in? Um, last spring, last last spring, me, Fred, and Carrie was down in the ravine, and on the other side of the ravine, that we seen a mother, a newborn baby. We got the best pictures, clear pictures from last spring, or it might have been the spring before last. And there was a little 4 foot one sitting beside the mom, and she was holding the newborn baby. And Carrie was coming down this side of the bank, and she slipped, and she like made a yelp. And the Bigfoot over there, like made a move because of her yelp, and then that's when we spotted them when they made a sound. And she just kept taking pictures, 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 and they're posted up on Facebook. I don't know if most of you guys are probably a member of Into the Woods with Jeff on Facebook. If not, stop over and check some of them pictures out, because I'm not going to lie, and I'm not just going to say it because it's ours, but we have some of the best Bigfoot pictures I've ever seen when it comes to babies, juveniles, adults. Hands down, them are. There's a lot of blurry pictures in there, which you're gonna get that with this work, but we have a lot of clear, crisp pictures of baby faces, of a little 4 foot. I don't know. He seemed to be about 8 to 10. Afro, it looked like a chimpanzee face. I mean, it's clear, it's crystal clear, and they're all on that Facebook page if you guys want to check that out. But that's enough rambling about that.
Yeah, Rio stepping off for a while.
Rio, hey man, I really don't.
Men in Black, or watch what you're saying.
I've been avoiding Rio's situation. I understand. I understand why. I understand why Rio. I'm a I'm a realist. I keep it real. Okay. There's no money here. There's no money when it comes to Bigfoot. And when they come in here, they Colorado Bigfoot as well. They come in, they hurry up and do what they can. They set up their stuff, which it's not a bad thing, because I'm doing the same thing. I got my GoFundMe and super chats and all that, and they got in. They got the GoFundMe for these cameras that they never used, these night visions that they never used, and they bled it for what it was worth, and now their mission's done, I guess. They went over to Patreon, and I'm not about the money. I mean, it's good to have, and it helps us out. You know, it's not really about the money to me. It's more about spending time with my kids, my friends, going out into the woods. We have a good time. And at the same time, we might have a chance to film something that's unknown, that the world doesn't even know that's out there. So I should have did a GoFundMe again instead of super chats. Who said that?
Moose.
Moose.
I forgot they take 60%.
Yeah, they do. But hey, it's the thought that counts, Moose. I appreciated that. Either way it goes, hey, I'm speechless on that. Can you tell us more about the coffee cup you mentioned the other night? Yes, that was last Saturday. That was last Saturday at the camp spot. We camped there 2 times in a row, and you notice there's a big arch structure, and there's a log that goes in between the arch structure where we were sitting at. It was like a little Bigfoot structure where we were sitting at. All right, last Saturday when we got there, we went out there. We went out well, somehow we ended up bypassing that camp spot, and we ended up going on the other side of the rock face, and we was kind of lost. So I told Chrissy and Mike and Deb, just wait here. Me and Fred's gonna go find the camp spot, and we'll see where we got lost. So we ended up going out around to the other side of the rock face, and we found camp, and we sat there at that structure for a minute. Me and Fred took a little break. We sat there, took a smoke break, and there was no cup set. All right, guys, sorry about that. You there? All right, but when we were sitting there was no cup there. All right, we sat there a good 7, 8 minutes, and then we got up. Me and Fred got up. We walked back out around this big rock face, and we got them. We got Chrissy, Mike, and we got Deb, and we walked back around the rock face to the camp spot, and there was a coffee cup sitting there, a big 24-ounce coffee cup that I forgot and left back at the gifting area, like a mile away. When me and Fred go call your mom and tell her to quit calling me. I'm in the middle of a live. Sorry, guys, I keep getting interrupted. But when we went back, after we came back, I got everybody. The cup was sitting there. It wasn't there before me and Fred went around, but when we came back, it was there. The cup was sitting there, and that cup was back where they dumped all that garbage at, like a mile back out onto the main road. So I had to go out and get it and bring it back and set it there before we got back. Within like 3 minutes, that cup wasn't there, and then it showed up. And the other thing with Chrissy's Mountain Dew, that was crazy. Because we all experienced that. Everybody, even Deb's crazy ass experienced that. Chrissy came in with a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew. When we set up camp, we had a cooler sitting there. She set her Mountain Dew behind the cooler, and then we sat there for a couple minutes, and then we walked off. We went on our first walk. Everybody walked, and then when we came back to camp from our walk, Chrissy went to grab the Mountain Dew, and she accused Mike of taking it and drinking it. We moved everything in camp. Couldn't find it nowhere. What's your scariest encounter? Well, Simon, I'll get probably that. No, it wasn't the spider. It wasn't the spider, but I'll get to that in 1 minute. What was I saying about?
What that pop over you?
All right, yeah, and we came back from
Deb.
No, that wasn't the scariest. There was one. All right, I'll get to that. But when we came back from the walk, the pop was gone. We searched everywhere at camp. We moved everything around. The Mountain Dew bottle was not in camp, so we overlooked it. It's gone. She blamed Mike for drinking it. So we left a little bit later. We left and went for another walk. And when we came back from the walk, that Mountain Dew bottle was right back behind that cooler where she left it originally. So they're starting to play tricks with us. These past couple of weeks, they like playing tricks with us. And it seems like if the females are there, that's when the tricks get worse. They start doing little extra stuff. But Simon, you said, what was my scariest encounter? It was at his ex-girlfriend's camp. She has a cabin at Semihoney State Forest. It was my first encounter. We was walking out this old logging trail. I walked out by myself. It was the first night out there, or the first morning out there, and I got up before everybody else, and I decided to take a walk out into the forest to see what I see on my own. I didn't know nothing about Bigfoot. It didn't even cross my mind. I just wanted to go out and see nature and see what was out there. So I walked out this old logging trail that opened up into this field that was like a hillside. And when I came out and I started walking up to the field, I got up to the top of the field into the wood line. And as soon as I hit the wood line, something started crashing up through these weeds, but I couldn't see it. And in my mind, I'm thinking that since it's run away from me, it's not out to hurt me. So I started chasing up the hill after it. And once I got like 100 yards, I ran up 100 yards up this mountainside. And as soon as I got up there, it stopped like 10 feet in front of me. It stopped and turned around, and that's when I seen a Bigfoot that was standing there. And I froze stiff. I couldn't run away. I didn't even know the direction that I came because I was chasing that thing. It just stood there. It's like it set me up. It ran the whole way up the mountain and stopped and turned around and just stood there and looked at me. And I didn't know what this. I was stuck, petrified. It stared at me, just looked at me, and I started backing up. Well, I stood there a good 2 minutes, and it never moved. It never blinked. It never went sideways. It just stood there and watched me. That freaked me out. So I started backing up and away from it, and it just stayed there. It just stayed there and watched me. And I started coming down off the mountain, and I found this row of logs that took me back out into that field. I followed it. As soon as the log ended, another one picked up, and it just kept running straight down. It led me back out, and I ran back home and told these guys, I just seen that hairy black guy up on the hill try to set me up. He's all out here with us. But that was my first Bigfoot encounter. And then we left. We just left. We left camp. We drove like 7.5 hours, almost 8 hours back home. I borrowed deer cams. I borrowed my uncle's cameras, outdated. I borrowed so much shit to go back and document what we just found. So we gathered all this shit up and we drove right back up there the next day, 8 hours back up there with all this stuff. Like we're professionals. Never filmed a day of our life. None of that. We went up there. We found like this kind of a nest made of pine trees that was all barricaded up. Fred set the deer cam facing. It was facing on that pine structure and outside like the wood line that goes out into the field at the same time. And then he covered bark over top of it. And we left. That was the first night. That night, outside of the cabin, we heard this loud scream. We was by the fire. It screamed so loud. I mean, loud. It echoed through.
It shook your body and everything.
You can hear it in your chest vibrating.
Feel it.
And in my head, I'm thinking that flash from the deer cam when it came up. It spooked it and it screamed. So the next morning when we woke up, there was 3 stacks of rocks outside the cabin. I shit you not, there was 3 stacks of rocks. A bigger stack for Fred and a little or smaller stack for me. And on the middle one, I had a machete on my side. So they had a little stick leaning up on the middle stack of sticks or a stack of rocks, like almost waist high. And then there was a smaller one for Carrie. Because we all 3 went up to put the deer cameras up. So them 3 stacks of rocks was like their warning to say they know where we're at, to come and get your camera up out of here. So we went up there to get the cameras that day, and there was 92 pictures, 93 pictures, counting the one that flashed in my face when I picked it up. We had 92 pictures of whatever. Now, I remind you, we was amateur. We didn't have no SD card inside the deer cam. And I was so excited. I said, we have 93 pictures on here. We got him. We got Bigfoot on here. I was so excited. And I started unhooking everything, unhooked the battery, I put it in the backpack, I put the deer cam in the backpack. And we started climbing up the hill to go get the other deer cam. And Fred said, did you unhook that battery? And it hit me. There's no SD card inside that deer cam.
But the back one had a SD card. The one with the back.
We lost 93 pictures of whatever was screaming that night.
Yeah, the vacation video was the best. Too bad someone hacked it.
If you guys, some of you guys might have seen some. It was the vacation. that was
scary.
And then after we left, her family, her girlfriend's family said we're no longer allowed back up there because we left food in the kitchen, and on the forest side of the cabin, the walls was busted in. They said a bear busted in the wall to come in and get the food. It wasn't no bear, guys, and we didn't leave no food. All the leftover food that we had when we left, we threw it out in the yard for the animals to eat, to come and eat. We didn't leave nothing because that was the number one rule. They told us to go up there. Don't leave no food inside the cabin. Take wherever you bring, take with you. So we threw the food out and we left. Well, come to find out that when her family went back up there, the whole forest side wall of the cabin was busted in, and it was ransacked. And they said that a bear came in looking for food. I know what it was. It was them saying that they didn't want us back. They didn't appreciate us up there, and they didn't want us back.
Imagine if it was in
it. Thanks, Woodburger Farm. Hey, we tried, man, but you got some good stuff on your property. You and your neighbor, you guys got some crazy things going on you guys' farm. You guys be careful out there. But you pretty much you guys pretty much grew up with them, and so they're used to seeing you as well as you seeing them. What they stopped you going up there? They said we're not. Me and Fred been trying to work on going back up there. We even told them that we'd fix whatever damage that was done up there. That we swear that we didn't leave food in there. We've been trying to talk to get back up in there, but it's his ex-girlfriend that makes it a little harder.
That's his ex-girlfriend's daughter's mom.
It's his baby's mom, yeah. So there's still a chance. Don't say this, but
I want to go up there too.
Slim to none. I even tried to say I fix all damages. We'll go up there and repair them ourselves. Whatever we have to do to get back in there. That is the best place to go for Sasquatch because nobody goes there, and the people that do go there, they're older. Like his baby's mom's grandparents own it, and when they go up there, they mainly stay around the cabin. Because they're older, they go up there for a weekend and hang out with each other in the cabin, and then they leave. They don't never go out to the forest and experience the nature of it. So when we went out there, it was like a shock to them to see all these humans running around. They was coming up to check us out. There was a mom, a baby doe, and a fawn and the doe sitting right there with each other 5 feet from us. And I was like holding a conversation with it, talking to it. They didn't care that we was there.
They didn't run away.
I don't have pics yet, but I believe I have something in my area. If you believe you do, you probably heard something or seen something. Chances are you probably do. If it's mainly in the mountain regions, they're all in the mountain region. All through it. The place is polluted with them in the mountains. There's not just a few. They're in numbers. They're in big numbers. Side Bigfoot all over. Yeah, they're side Bigfoot. I'm not sure I understand what that is.
Probably seen maybe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you seen the Bigfoot? They are closer than folks think. Yes, they are. Oh, you just reminded me. That wasn't my worst experience. My worst experience with a Sasquatch was with Mike. They almost came down and took him. And that blew my mind. Maybe some of you guys got to see that video before they took that channel off of me. They come down after Mike. And when I come running back, they cut across. They stopped coming down at him. They cut across. And then as soon as the big one went across, the little one followed in behind him. They tried to separate me and Mike up, and they was making a move on Mike. And then I had it on film. I turned the footage in the BFRO.
That was scary.
and BFRO tried to tell me that it was a bear coming running at my son, throwing rocks at us, and
The bear started ran away.
a bear ran off. Yeah, a bear stood up and ran off. The bears throw rocks. BFRO. Hey, I don't mess with no associations by any means, and I quit sending my footage to any of them kind of associations. I'll save it for y'all to watch. No matter what footage I get.
Famous rock throwing bears of PA.
Right. I ain't never heard of a bear running anywhere. I heard him standing up and taking a couple feet to look around, walking and taking a couple steps, but never taking off running across.
Nick says, have you found out more about the blue and pink ribbons?
No, I've been investigating. I don't know about the pink ones yet. I'm not sure on the pink ones, but I did look up in the state game lands. The blue ribbons mean free to take deadwood, and they're going through. There's some of them trees ain't dead. Some of them trees that them ribbons aren't dead at all, and they're mainly on the bends, the structures, the.
It wasn't took down, it was hacked. That's how come they took down your last channel.
Yeah, it was hacked. I don't know how to explain that. I started getting 20,000 view videos. I had a Bigfoot in a cave.
They didn't like that.
We filmed a Bigfoot in a cave, and once that happened, somebody somehow across seas, they claim, send Trojan horses to two of my computers at the exact same time, fried both of the computers, both of the motherboards on them. At the same time, my YouTube channel was overrun. It was hacked into and taken over, and they was getting paid and funded from my videos. So whatever video I put it up, they was getting paid for it. And AdSense and Google, or not AdSense, Google said the only way that I could stop that was to completely shut the channel down. I tried to get them to somehow transfer the videos from that channel to a new channel. There was no way, impossible. The only way that I could stop the situation was just pretty much delete it, start fresh, and that's where we are now. It took us a year to build up the second channel, and it's a pretty good channel so far. We've been getting lucky lately, more lately. We've been getting lucky these past few weeks, going out in the Bigfoot land. We haven't really been going down into the ravine area or checked on the maze. There's a few spots that I like to get in to check in before fall to see what's going on and what's happening down in that neck of the woods. But man, what's up with Moose? What was up Moose?
You talking to each other.
Okay, I got you.
Michael Wright said, y'all listen to Sasquatch.
You're right. There was a lot of researchers getting hacked at that same time. Once you start getting close to something, they'll find a way to shut it down. Right when we had Bigfoot in the hole, that was the ending of that last channel. And the very next weekend we went down there. Me, Fred, Mike went down there. We was there 3 minutes. We was 20 feet from the cave where we found Bigfoot in the hole, and we had 3 Black Hawks come in for 16 minutes and circle around over top of us. They was even cocked to the side, and you could see a guy hanging out, looking down at us, and they was circling and like close radiance right above us. There was 3 of them, and they was doing it I filmed them for 16 minutes, circling over top of us, scaring whatever around us off. And then when I uploaded that video, that 16-minute video, YouTube only put up 3 minutes. of that video on this channel. So I let a couple videos go by. We went out a couple times, and I told everybody, I said, guys, I'm gonna try to put that military video up again, and I'm gonna name it nothing. So I uploaded that video and I named it nothing, and they put the whole entire 16-minute video up. So if you guys want to go back and see what happened with the military when they zeroed in on us, that happened right at Bigfoot in the hole. And not to mention, somehow, some way, right after that, we had somebody from WBFRO found that location, that exact spot, came down through the woods where we came through, and filmed that area and tried to debunk and say that we was fraud and faking our videos.
I don't know how.
Trying to discourage us away from doing what we was doing. Every time we start getting close to a Bigfoot or getting near the tribe, we get stopped, we get roadblocked, something happens, but so far this trip, knock on wood, we've been lucky. We've been lucky with this new spot. Ain't nobody really found this spot yet, and I was a dumbass and took Deb's fairyland ass out there. But I'm sure she couldn't find that if she wanted to, even if she wasn't drunk. But we've been lucky with this new spot out there, and we're going to keep going as they keep there, and long as they keep playing tricks with us and interacting with us, we're going to keep going with. But well, I missed that.
Where is it?
I missed that comment up there. Yeah, I worry about my kids too. That's like in the cave. That's
You said I worry about your kittens. Woodburgers.
Woodburgers, kittens.
Yeah, Tracy Cooks. Worry about your kittens.
I thought you was talking about my kids, Tracy.
Unless you drove home drunk, Pam.
No, no. She stayed up all night drinking, and she tried to stay at my house. She asked me if you think I could stay till Monday at your house.
Peter Griffin.
No, I gotta drop Fred off. I gotta take Mike over to his house. I gotta take him home. Hey, I'll see you later, Deb. I'll catch up with you. We had fun. But I guess she went to a motel somewhere and sobered up. She stayed till Monday at a motel. She sobered up, then drove back to Philadelphia.
About that.
Who is that?
Who's Shane? My boyfriend?
No. What's it?
I'm from where Jeff lives, Pennsylvania.
Who said that, Simon?
James Spawn. Tracy Cook said I like to hardly watch because I'm scared of Bigfoot going to get one. Someone said how you kicked her ass out. She probably would end up living with you guys.
Oh man, it was never going to happen. So I'm glad. That's one thing I'm glad she don't know where I live.
Jeff Green Eyes said, so you have a safe backup plan for your vids and pictures in effect now, like a Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't tell you how I'm doing it, and you can understand why. But before my SD card hits the computer, it does get backed up somewhere else. So if anything does happen, I do have every video that I've ever posted on this second channel. So I'm ready for it again. And God forbid, I hope it never does happen again. But I do have all the videos, all pictures. I got everything backed up. We're cool on that. What's up? Where's the spot you went to the other night with the bridge? That place I'm scared of. I'm not gonna lie to you, guys. Listen, that's the area. That's where Mike had his encounter. When you go out that way, you go out this trail to the right. There's a mountainside, and up there is where Mike had his bad experience, where the two Bigfoot was coming down after him, and I ran and intercepted. Well, that mountain is on the right that happened with Mike. On the left is a river that runs down. So there's nowhere to run. You have forward and backwards. You're not running up the hill, and you're not running down into the river because it's lately with all this rain. It's just it'll wash you, drown you, suck you under. That place is terrifying, and everything and anything comes off of that mountain, and it goes down and gets a drink, and the fish is down in the water at night. And when we went out there, it was nothing nice. I never had a bluff charge before in my life. I never had anything run up at me like that. And to have one do that, well, he growled at us, and then he kind of ran up the bank at us. After that, it scared me, and that's why I haven't been back. That was my first and last bluff charge, and I don't want to experience that again. Is it really 3:30?
No, it's 10:34.
Oh, it's probably 3:30 where you're at.
I was like, damn, we've been around for a minute.
But yeah, we've been on here for a while,
I
guys.
see it, Simon.
It is getting late, and I don't want to just sit here and keep on talking about nothing. You guys want to know anything else before we head out? You got any ideas for us tomorrow morning when we're getting ready to hit this forest running? So if you got any tricks out there up your sleeve you want us to try while we're out there? Yeah, it's 10:35. I mean, it's not past my bedtime. I could stay here and talk to you guys all night. Money Mike would too, you know that.
Yeah.
But
Weird.
I don't want to just sit here and keep rambling.
Apple Face didn't need a wicked dope. Do it for the people tomorrow.
Do it for the fans.
Kelly said zoom in on the dark spots that you see.
Hey, she going. You gonna give Julie a shout out?
Oh. Oh.
Keep the coffee coming. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, apologize for taking that. We already did that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I had to put you through that.
Nick said, what do you have in the fish tank, Jeff?
On this tank here,
Some amphibian.
it's an amphibian tank. I had some. Well, I did have some. Well, there's an African salamander in there. I have a few pond frogs. I had some tadpoles, but they turned into little baby frogs running around in there now. So it's like a little amphibian tank with a little bit of everything running around in there.
How many little frogs are in there?
Go look in the color.
I think a few reasons.
Bigfoot from that. Devin apologized. Them, not us.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize to Bigfoot tomorrow too. They had to deal with her. Guys,
No wonder they're honest.
guys, I normally never leave a man behind.
We left her.
Listen, guys, I was in the military. I'm a firm believer in never leave a man behind. No matter what, never leave a man behind. But when that Bigfoot, when we heard the chattering going on and that barred owl was hooting at her, and we could hear it talking over there above, underneath the bar now. Gay porn rocks.
No.
Come on now. It, it don't rock at all. Man, you keep sidetracking me with that shit. Why do they keep doing that? But yeah, when Deb was calling back and forth with this bar owl, and you could hear the chattering kept getting closer. That's why me, Fred, we all turned around and started lining up and started heading out and left her. We walked, lady, if you want to get yourself ate up, you're on your own, by all means, go ahead. But we left her. We started walking away, went back to camp. She come back in, staggering in with this little tiny light in the camp like 15 minutes later, talking to herself. So we kind of accidentally left her out in the woods that time.
Why was you start talking to that tree? Because you said there's a Bigfoot up in that tree. She's like, start talking to it.
Apple face needs deleted, or Apple face, come on, chill with that. This is the kid friendly.
Yeah, she fell a couple times.
She fell. She fell the whole night.
She was more on the ground than we spent on the ground that night.
She fell most of the night. Yeah, she get back up and say, don't worry, I'm a professional faller. I had my knees rebuilt. She was drunk by the time 8 o'clock hit.
She was off her feet.
But I don't want to keep bashing Deb. I don't want to keep bashing Deb.
FRL was talking about y'all on their show. No names mentioned, but I knew. Tracy Cook said that.
Oh, I know they do, and they know what we had, and they try to discredit it and say that it was two Bigfoot running away or two bears running away.
What was that? I mean, you watched
Did Deb fall on you, Fred? I tried.
No. I tried to stay as far away from as I could.
As you notice, at one point they disappeared. I said, "Where Fred go?" And then here comes Fred and Deb coming out around. No, I'm not gonna go that route. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to Fred. I wouldn't do that to my dog. I wouldn't do that to Cookie.
Come on, Apple. I was saying maybe corn rocks.
Come on, Apple. Keep it up, Apple. You're gonna have to get blocked, buddy.
But what are you saying?
Bears down to the rocks must be Yogi. Yeah, he's trying to steal the picnic baskets and shit.
That's not the best of it. We went back about 2 years after that happened, to where that happened with Mike, and they wiped out all the trees. It was just a couple months ago. It's on this channel. They cut all the trees down and just left them lay. They didn't even take the logs, use none of them. They just cut them and left them lay. The exact spot where that happened with Mike. So that part of that forest is just cut and laid down. And they just did that. They just had a sighting. I'm starting to put two and two together. Jamonville in Pennsylvania it's a national historic site. It's protected. You can't do anything with the land. You can't cut the trees down. You can't. It's a national historic site. So a lady was driving to work at 6 a.m. It's documented on Google. It's on everything. Everybody probably heard about it already. And on Jamonville Road, she was driving home, and a Bigfoot ran out into the road, and she hit it, and it tore up the bumper of her car, and I guess she said it rolled down over the bank, and she hurried up and took off and drove home, and they showed the claw marks that was in the hood, and she told the story that this big hairy thing came down off the bank, and it hit her car and rolled down over to the other side. Well, that exact same spot where that sighting is, that whole Jamonville side, mountainside, they cut down just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks tops. They just cut. It's a national historic site, and they just cut all them trees down, and left them lay. I'm gonna go up there soon and film that, because I know for a fact any national historic site like Gettysburg or any of that, you can't go in there and just start cutting trees down and knocking buildings down. That's something you're definitely not allowed to do. And for them to go into that historic site and cut down all them trees, That's telling me a lot. These, yeah, you said a mouthful, Memphis. This we are lucky when it comes to this area because any direction we walk, we're like in a down in a big ravine, and all the way around us is we're in Cartersville, Pennsylvania, and if you look on the map, there's a big mountain that surrounds this whole little town. In 10 minutes any direction, I'm in the mountains. So we're right where we need to be when it comes to Sasquatch. Government has brought up some land around here for no reason. And another thing I noticed they're doing it is they're going around and there's which you already seen that last cave they're sealed up. This Cass Paris was a cave that's been opened up, a natural cave forever, and they just went up and sealed that up 2 years ago. All these local caves, they're sealing them up. They're sealing them up for a reason. Must be a bug or disease in trees. I'm not sure. Kind of lost me on that. Oh, the BLM are the ones doing it. Definitely. They're the ones that's sealing up the caves. That cave blew my. It's that cave. I don't even know where to start with that cave. I think that's for the Nibiru factor. Yeah, it's possible. There is something incoming, and that's in a whole nother category in itself. Uh, I'd rather not touch base on, but I'm on the same page with you on that one, and you're right. The BLM is here. They brought up a lot of land.
Mhm.
They definitely did, and you notice the whole backside is on fire right now.
Is it actually on fire?
Not to mention they try to take Ted Bundy, all his land off of him out there. So then, what, a year later, it's all on flames. There's plans, there's things going on, but I don't want no parts of that because that's how people come up. But anyways, any more Bigfoot talk out there? What's going on? They're digging tunnels. Yeah, they are digging tunnels all across the United States. And I can't. You keep getting me sidetracked and getting into that. The best thing I can tell you on that subject, on anything to do with that Nibiru subject, stay away from WalMarts. Stay away from FEMA camps. With that being said, let's go back to the regular scheduled Bigfoot program. Big BLM is building land management. They they're their agency, I think. I don't know who they're affiliated with. They pretty much do their own thing. When it comes to the state parks, the reserves, yeah, the Bureau of Land Management, they're in charge of pretty much everything that people don't own. I really hope Bigfoot is actually a dragon. Like, I'm not sure he is. The ones I've seen, they don't look nothing like a dragon. What?
Walmart is in China.
No, the Walmart's in USA. You ain't noticed they closed down 500 Walmarts across the back half of US and every Kmart in the US?
Bernie said, gotta fly, my friends. Stay safe.
All right, see you soon, Brian. Take it easy. Thanks for coming and watching with us.
Good.
But yeah, we've been on here for forever talking. we're gonna go ahead and start getting packed up, getting ready for tomorrow, and get a long night's sleep. That last you did with that, man, seen a lot of. That's where we're going tomorrow night, but without that, it's government maintenance land that's still free, like the National Forest. Yeah, and that's they control all that. Man, you,
Missed a lot.
you missed a good bit. You missed a good bit. I enjoy coming out talking to you guys, and I think like on Fridays, every Friday we're gonna get the team together, and we're gonna come on and do a live with you guys, and just like make plans for what we're gonna do for Saturday and Sunday out there, or the next video,
Right.
like
Let us know if you want to do it or not.
talk to you guys and work our the plans together.
Friday
And
Night Lives.
yeah, that's where we're gonna start these Friday night lives, and that would I think it would be good for the Bigfoot and pretty much crew, the whole team, to work together and finding these things. Because with us out there walking around, we can't see everything that's around us because we're looking for snakes, we're looking over logs, stepping over things. It's hard to see everything. So you guys' eyes is our eyes. So on Fridays we're gonna start live, displaying everything that's going to happen on and so forth and so on. But with that being said, guys, don't forget on your way out, there's 35 people watching and 29 people hit that like button. On your way out, hit that like button because YouTube's funny anymore with that. So I need five more. First five more people hit that like button. But anyway, guys, I'm not gonna keep wasting your time. I enjoy saying BSing with you guys. You said but didn't hit the like button. Hey, that's it, better yet. Thanks for subscribing. If you're new, hey, there's a lot of videos that you got to catch up on. A lot of work. There's a lot of work.
LMG almost said a sub, but didn't hit the like.
Yes, that's what I'm talking to now.
Yeah.
I appreciate the subscription, and you got a lot of videos to catch up on. Yeah, we have action cams now, thanks to Moose. We do have an action cam. We're going to try a couple different things. I think I'm only going to strap the action cam behind me when I'm walking by myself. When I got the whole team out, there's really no sense in doing that because sometimes I'm in the front, sometimes I'm in the middle, sometimes I'm only going to really try to strap that to my back when I'm out there by myself. But I've been following you guys a long time. James, yes, you have. James been. We're actually supposed to meet up one day soon. Go out and hit these woods. So, hey, there's Facebook. There, hit me up on Messenger. We'll work some things out. We'll get out there. Maybe we'll hit the cave. Maybe we won't. Never know till we go. But guys, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. You know that does mean a lot to us. Even though we went through a long weekend with Deb, it's been an interesting experience. It's an experience that I'll never forget. That was my first time ever meeting a schizophrenic. Probably the last time I ever wanted to meet a schizophrenic. But with that being said, you guys have a good one. And we're going out tomorrow, so stay tuned for these videos. They'll be coming up. We're going for the third floor, the third layer. So all we need is luck. All we need is luck.
Bruce says, stay brave, man. You all definitely go where no other team goes.
We definitely did. Well, that's why we're gonna keep. We're just gonna keep doing our own thing. We're not going to follow other researchers, and that's what makes us unique. Everybody has their own flavor, their own aspect on going at things. Like, for example, Colorado Bigfoot likes his structures. He goes out, he has wonderful structures that nobody's ever seen before. And I I see structures all the time, but I'm not more into the structures. I'm more into going out and finding them, finding the activity, getting some kind of corresponding with them. I want hands on with them. I want to be next to him. Like I said, by the time Mike gets my age and takes over this channel, I want him sitting down eating with him, having conversations with these Sasquatch. So, with that being said, we're gonna keep going at it. We're gonna keep doing it. I said the same thing. I said the same thing to him. But I keep saying we're gonna end this live stream and we keep talking. But I ain't complaining. I enjoy chatting with you guys. It's it's something to do, and we learn a lot. We learn a lot from just talking, just listening to you guys. Rat and Cat is a good channel.
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it. Well, I'm not gonna say I keep rambling. He said, "Don't go." Yeah,
You drink coffee
yes,
here?
I do. Yes, I do. I,
Drink tea.
if it ain't coffee, it's tea. I don't drink water. I don't trust the water at all. And here in Cornerville, they got a thing where we have to boil the water before we can even drink it. So, next best thing, got to drink coffee or walk across the street and get some bottled water. And then you got paid $1 or something for that. So, I just stick with the coffee and the tea. I'm I'm gonna be switching over to tea here shortly. But guys, man, it was great talking to you guys. What's with the release of snakes? I have no idea. I'll talk to you about that real quick. I, I okay. I'm gonna talk to you about the snakes real quick. When I was going up there, I went up early in the morning by myself, and coming out, a game warden was coming out, and he asked me what I was doing up there, and I just said I'm walking through filming wildlife, see what kind of wildlife comes running out, just walking through more or less. And I started questioning him about the garbage that people's dumping out there, and I was telling him that it's kind of BS. I said I'm going up there and I'm going through some of them bags to see if I can find a name that, and I'm gonna give him a shout out on YouTube if I find a name in that garbage. And he was telling me, "Well, watch," because there was an older guy that was up there looking for myrtles and shrooms or something like that. And he stepped over a log and ended up, go ahead, Amy. But he stepped over a log and ended up getting bit by a timber rattler. And he said at the beginning of the spring, they're protected. That at the beginning of the spring, they released 2,500 to get the number population back up. And why I still don't understand why they would release a poison snake. In a way, I do, but at the same time, I don't. But he warned me that instead of when don't step over the log while I'm out there, step up on the log and then step away, because the timber rattler is like laying up against the log on the other side or whatever. So why they put them out there, he said because that they're protected and the numbers are low. So they're trying to reestablish them back out into the environment. Was the excuse that they gave me. The real reason why they did it, I don't know. But I think myself, I think that they released 2,500 timber rattlers on top of that mountain that don't have a den to go to in the fall. That's just going to drive them down in our town, into our cars, into our houses, into our basements, into our dog houses, etc. It's going to be one big problem, and it's going to stem from that. So, yeah, I mean, what can you do but sit and wait for it to happen? It's like they set us up for failure. I feel like they, in my eyes, I feel like they set us up for failure. In their eyes, they're looking like they're trying to repopulate. I don't know, but you understand where I'm coming from and what I'm trying to say. This winter is not going to be pretty. There's going to be a lot of people getting bit by snakes because they have no. Most of these timber rattlers that are here, they have dens that they've been going to since they've been born, and they go there every year, and they come up every year. I haven't seen one yet. I've been lucky, and I don't want to see none.
We don't think we found for the dead one.
We only found one dead one, and it was a copperhead. And as another thing, now that we're on that subject, anytime that we're in an area where there's structures or where there's like Bigfoot signs, we never ever found any kind of snake whatsoever. Never found a bear, never found a bear marking, and it never found a snake inside of a Bigfoot habitat until we brought Deb out there. And then I'm not going to go there, but it seemed like the Bigfoot and the bear they got some kind of mutual agreement, or maybe them barriers that they build out outside their perimeter. Maybe that's to keep the bear out, and they just weed through it and they kill off all the snakes in that area. But it seemed like I ain't never found a snake where there's a Bigfoot habitat or Bigfoot activity at. What did you catch that last comment about Florida
You
snakes
said
in
you came
Florida?
off this spot
Uh,
5 minutes ago.
there's a lot of snakes in Florida, something like that. It's snake heaven or something.
Yeah, yeah. That's from that flood. That's from that flood. I think what back in '94, something like that in Florida. And then everybody's pets ended up they getting let go, and that's the pythons, the boas, the iguanas, all that is just plaguing that place. The hogs, there's just Florida's got it bad. Good barbecue. Hey, I don't want nothing to do with rattlesnakes. A friend of mine, about 3 weeks ago, but it wasn't in that area where I go. It was actually like two mountaintops over. A friend of mine's dog just got bitten by a timber rattler, and he ended up losing his dog to a timber rattler. And then he got the timber rattler moved in underneath the doghouse, and he had to bury his dog
Kick his
because
dog
of it.
out.
But
And he said, should take that as a yep.
who?
She said, you go away, and you said, I'll take that as a yep.
Who?
That snake kicked that dog out.
Amy.
Parsley, oh.
What?
Amy said parsley, oh.
Amy, where are you from?
Amy's shaking her head.
I don't know why they put the rattlesnakes
She's
up
like
there.
Kentucky.
Oh, you're from Kentucky, down south. You're southern. Can't talk bad about. Can't talk.
Come one down.
Can't talk bad about the south. Hey, there's a lot of squashes down there. Hey, we love to come down and check out your neck of the woods and see what kind of forest you got down there. Hey, Moose, Hey, Moose. Hey, it's past your bedtime, Moose.
What Moose say? Party in the woods.
What happened to Deb? I don't. Oh, okay. Well, we can get back on the Deb real quick.
He's saying you keep talking about stuff.
We're gonna end this, but hey,
said,
we
like,
talk about Deb if you
6
want.
times. He said about the
She
snake.
yesterday on the live stream, or you guys there, like she was trying to hide something. So today, Higher Seven Truth got on her channel, started asking her questions. He asked her, let me find it. He said, best videos, they were about to go viral. Put them back up and let me. So that you guys can see what she was saying. Like the voice is like she was talking about killing us, and she's saying it's time to go back to the tent. Some Blair Witch shit going on. Do you know those songs? What? All right, but anyways, up there and putting them videos back up. He ended up talking her into putting in videos of a young girl that I'll kill them if they tried to make her go out again, and that would stay with her, and that I would stay with her if they did, and not to worry. Yes, burn me at the stake in the town hall. Why don't y'all? It's a figure of speech. Must a witch? What? I must be a witch. I never heard of such ridiculous stuff. This has nothing to do with what she actually said. She's trying to sweeten it up to change it a little bit. But at the same time, she's saying one thing. But if you go back and look at her video that she put back up, and she named it something else, but she put it back up. And if you listen to that video, you can see clearly that Chrissy did not hear nothing she's saying. She's up there with Mike, walking with him, and she's back behind him recording, and this voice, and then you hear this voice. If you guys want to go over and check out that video and listen to what she said behind us, killing us, and let's go back to the 10. It's about to be a Blair Witch.
That was crazy.
I mean,
It made
all the proof is right there.
TM said at the very start she seemed not interested in what you guys were doing and seemed that's what I said too. Like there's something wrong, or she was just staring off in the woods.
Yeah, she did that most of the time. Seemed like every time off, she would stop and turn around and start talking off in another direction. It's like we know because she kept stopping. Hey Jeff, not to change the subject, but if you don't go out squatching with me.
You didn't see the comments?
Yeah. Hey, wait. Hey, me on Facebook. We'll get that. Into the woods with Jeff. Into the woods with Jeff. Who's a drunk? I don't drink.
We're talking about Deb.
Oh, Deb is a drunk. She was drunk that whole damn night.
Talking to stumps.
She was tripping.
Amy said she don't do Facebook.
What do you do?
Just watching.
That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. But you still gonna have to send it to me on Facebook.
She said she don't do Facebook.
Okay, that'll work. But let's change the subject. That'll work, but let's change the subject, Amy. Let's talk about Bigfoot.
I'm gonna go right to catfish.
Hey, Mike. You guys are making me sweat.
That already got us. That was the first.
We was catfish last week, Mike. When Deb came to the woods with us.
We was already catfish.
That way, hey, if there's a such thing as catfish, we got it last week. My email is jeffreyfriend136@yahoo.com. Hey, Sasquatch. Hey, you guys are funny, but can we get back to the Bigfoot?
We're not supposed to.
No. Was that Broadus?
Brenda still.
Oh, Brenda. I didn't. It's like I can't see that far away.
Wow.
But the reason why we don't start a fire is between the 21 of us or however many's here. We're on state game lane. There's no camping. There's no going in building up no bonfire.
We're not allowed to do that shit.
We're not allowed to do any of that. So what we take in, we have to carry out and be as quiet as possible about what we're doing.
Yeah,
So,
lights off and everything.
hey, I ain't mad at you, Omega. I'm not mad at you one bit. I can't hate. Hey, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. I forgot what I was talking about.
But state game. Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Williamsburg, Brenda still.
That's why we don't stop, and that's why we don't start fires out there. For
We do
one of the
sometimes.
reasons, we do sometimes, depending on the area where we are. If the coyotes start up, and then watch how fast that bonfire goes up. Amy, what's bad?
It's just, no, I got it. Bad.
You guys are crazy. You guys are nuts. I try to keep it simple.
Yeah, tried.
Ooh. I'm sorry I'm ignoring you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking at my man Sasquatch Omega. Watching you, man. Oh, that's cool. He's in Florida. I see this. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. That's it. That's funny, though. Hey, as long as we have fun, what we do. That's why we do what we do, because we get to laugh at everything. And pretty much everything we do is pretty much funny out there, especially with Money Mike. His first line is, "We do it for you," and the first thing that happens, Mike's gone. You seen last week he left his girlfriend there for a spider. He just ran off and ditched her.
You want to see a Sasquatch? Turn around, look behind you. What up? Ain't that much of a Sasquatch.
Watch the lean.
Mm-hmm.
James Spring. James, you were supposed to come out with us like how long ago? We're still waiting on you to come out, James.
A lot of people used to come out with us. Supposed to come out with us. But they that's what we do.
Have you found where the Sasquatch house is? We found a couple of logs out there. Me and Fred,
That's a pretty big pile of crap.
yeah, we found some big stuff out there. I mean, some logs that there ain't no. I feel sorry for the person that did it. The two old guys. Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to see you. Hey, thanks for yesterday. You guys had my back. Actually, all you guys had my back, and I want to thank every one of you for that. You guys know how we are. You see what we do when we go out there, and then Deb coming with her magic potion and trying to change the flavor of what we was doing, and we didn't let that happen. You guys didn't let that happen. So I want to thank everybody for that. That meant a lot. Thanks for standing and backing us up on that. Thanks for sharing that with us. Thanks for sharing that with us. But all right, guys, we've been on here for like 2 hours. We're gonna go ahead and cut this short. We got a lot of packing yet to do. I got some great stills for you, Jeff. Gonna send them to your email. Is that yes, Jeffrey Friend 136 at yahoo.com. Right. Right. You're right about that. But hey, we're gonna go ahead and cut this short. I'm gonna try to cut this. You guys, yeah, my dog, it will happen. Have a good night. Be safe. Great rest, Fred. We'll see you soon. All right, Aim. Aim, you have a good night. Rest you guys. It's been great talking to you. It's been fun. And make sure you check out this next series coming up because we're going out there tomorrow. We're going to get into some crazy shit.
Right, drop them likes, drop them subscribes.
Make sure you like and subscribe. All that little stuff helps. I'm sure you hear all the other YouTubers saying the same shit. But till then, guys, stay tuned for the next one.
Just a boost of confidence.
Hang in there. We all got your back. That means a lot to us. Good night, everyone. Great. It was great talking to you too, Amy. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.